Well, good morning. I'm not usually up this early, but being we're heading out, I'm up. Car's packed. You can see Callie's right in here. You back there, Cal? Cal? See, she doesn't bother her. And this is Wednesday the 22nd. And for those of you who don't know, we are beginning our trek down to Yuma, Arizona from Washington. Now, I'm trying out this new holder here in the car. So we'll see if it works okay for the whole trip. So you're kind of far away from me, but let's see. What's the agenda for today is, well, Desi goes. Yeah, she's saying hi. The agenda for today is we're going to spend the night in Bend, Oregon. So I'll come on here and there and see if there's anything that you might want to see. Let you know where we're at different times. You know the drill if you're a regular subscriber of mine. But for those of you new, you're in for a treat. So wish us luck, and we'll talk to you later. Well, the gas here in our town is down to $3.89.9. Now it was what was it at $4.39 just a few days ago. So we're glad it came down for us. So in the different places we go, if I think of it, I will give you an update on what the gas is. Now, whoever cared about what the gas is, right?
Of course, we're on the West Coast, it's always expensive.
Yeah, well, on the West Coast, it's more expensive. And that other voice in here is Bob. He's sitting over there. Of course, you see me in the passenger seat, so off we go. Foggy this morning, and somebody just decided she wanted to be made known that she was here. Anyway, I was saying, the sun is out down here. At home it was a little bit foggy, but we're expecting a good day for driving. It's supposed to really start raining, a big storm tomorrow, so we're glad we're heading out when we are. Been on the road almost exactly 2 hours, and we're coming 3 hours, I'm sorry. We're crossing the Columbia River Bridge into Portland. So just about, you'll see the green sign hanging down that says entering Oregon. See, Columbia River entering Oregon. Don't know why we're coming to a stop, but I'll leave this camera on as we're going through the main part here of Portland. It used to be one of my stressful parts of the trip when we used to travel in the motorhome to go through Portland. There's the traffic along this freeway here. We get a little bit further up in the bushes and stuff. Each year it seems there's been less. And of course, right now, down in the city of Portland, more or less in the downtown is where they're having those protests and things with, I guess ICE is there, ICE and who else? National Guard.
What's going on?
Yeah. And people wearing a lot of costumes and stuff. Luckily, we won't be going down there. You can see it's cloudy, but the sun is still, coming out. We haven't had any rain at all. As long as we get out of here before that storm hits tomorrow. There's a couple of homeless tents up here to the right. You probably couldn't see them. And of course, usually when we come through here, we end up having to really slow down the traffic. Portland's kind of like Seattle when you go through the main part of the freeway through the town. It's the same size as it was 20 years ago. Population's growing, and more people driving through, but there's nowhere really to add on to the freeway. See the advisory speed 35, that shows how slow we got to get down to. Now there is another bypass road you can take, which is at 205, but through the years it's gotten to be almost as crowded as I-5 is. And it takes a little bit longer in miles. So whenever possible, depending on the time of day, we try to go through Portland here. It's supposed to be faster. There's always more of a backup when we're coming up to the exit for a junction for I-84 heading east. And then there's also a junction for I-405. As we get past those, it should ease up traffic-wise. Hope you can hear me because I'm kind of far away from the video protected. Don't know what that's about. Video protected, okay. I don't know if you could hear that noise at all, and the voice came on saying something. Anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about, I don't have a mic, a separate mic that I can talk into. 7 minutes. Now this is 11:54, so almost noon. You can see how the traffic is now. Imagine how it would be earlier in the morning when it's commuting time. The year that the pandemic started, back in 2020, we came home from Arizona. We came through Portland here. It was on a Sunday, and there were no cars on the road. It was kind of nice. And we've gotten in the habit, when we came home last spring, it was the first time we decided to do an audio book. And that lasted several days, the book. So right now we're listening to Strangers in Time by David Baldacci. So that's how we kind of pass the time. Over here to my right, I'll try to turn you. A mishmash of different freeways, all converging through here. We're going to cross over the Willamette River. So you can see there's the downtown area. Here's a Walmart truck. Comes again. Put you back on the stand. Two trucks almost coming. Here's the other one. Over there. Another bridge. I think it's the one you take to Beaver Community. A couple of bridges. Of I-5, sets at 253, and we're going to be turning left up here to go on to, this is what, Highway 22? Highway 22. And we're hoping to find something to eat, just get out of the car and stretch our legs, go potty, that kind of stuff. So you can see the clouds have gotten grayer through here. She's I'm hoping that I yelled out at her, quit looking at my man. Oh. Okay, so we don't know what we'll find along here. Look at those clouds. And years ago, we went across this highway to stay at a Oregon State Park, Detroit Lake. Boy, that's got a big logo on them. Anyway, we loved that park, but it's really hard to get into. So we're curious to see how that looks, because it's been over 20 years since we've been there. And then we will go through the town of Sisters. And several years ago, there was a fire up through the area up here, and Sisters burned.
I think Detroit Lake.
And maybe Detroit Lakes, Bob says. So we're curious to see. So far, our book's been interesting that we've been listening to. It takes place during the war in London. So, we're in an area now where a few years ago we had the big fire. You can see the hills. It just sticks for trees. from the city of Detroit, which is where the campground is that we used to go to. One of our favorites. Mentioned it earlier. And I guess this is the fire that extended over to the city of Sisters, named after the Sisters Mountains. You can see there's water down there too. We've been driving along a stream or river. Probably whatever you think it's the Columbia River. What river is it?
It's just the river that flows out of the lake, the Detroit Lake.
Look at that. Isn't that terrible? It would show up a lot better if those clouds would move. Look at that all up around. Put you on see, there's my stand I put you on. It's magnet. Oh, I see what you're doing now. It's making it go, make that noise. Here we go. Now you can see the water down there. Imagine how pretty it would look if all the trees were all in bloom. We've passed a lot of different signs for different camping parks, and none of the bigger ones, where you can go in with motorhomes, but regular parks and camping parks. Looks like we're coming to the outskirts of the burn because the sun is out and the trees are green again. Isn't it pretty? Not the state park, okay. But that lake, I guess, is Detroit Lake, isn't it?
Yeah, now we are.
I think there's another dam up here. Nope, it's a road. Big difference. Okay, this is now the Detroit Dam and Lake. Nice time of year to be driving through here too, because you can see the leaves are changing, except on the evergreen trees. You can see the lakes through there. Good size. is. Look at that. Way out there. You can walk out there, and they cut down a lot of trees that must have been growing in the lake. Up here is the entrance to the Detroit Lake State Park that we used to stay in. And like I say, it's been over 20 years since we stayed here.
It was 2004.
Bob says it was 2004. So the year that I retired. There's the entrance. Yeah. Yep, that's it. And it's open. But really nice sites. A lot of them have full hookups, which is why we like staying there. We're entering the snow zone. Carry chains or traction tires. I don't know if we want to carry the tires. That'd be kind of heavy. I like to put them on. Boy, look it out there. I don't know if you can tell, but where you see brown, that used to all be full of water. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, you can. We rented a boat from over there.
Yeah. Look at that. You probably can't see because we're going too fast, but there's a boat ramp down there that's totally not to the water. Oh, looks like we're coming up. We're going to be going up the far end of it.
We're coming into the city of Detroit.
The city of Detroit.
Now, I understand a lot of this burned, maybe.
Yeah. Look it up there. Look at that. Oh my
Maybe go across the
gosh.
bridge, you'll be able to see.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at so little water. This is the little town of Detroit. Little grocery store, little lodge. You know, there's some vacation homes around here. Quite a few now from when we used to come. Boy, a lot of homes from when we used to come.
Well, there's more of the downtown area down
Bob says there's more of it
there. Well,
down
maybe we just got off the highway. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I haven't seen any signs for sisters.
That's a ways away. We still got a ways to go.
This looks like a narrow little river down there now. What used to be a beautiful big lake. Put you back up on the stand. We've entered back into a burn area. Take you off again. Look at this over here. And straight ahead is a mountain. It's probably one of the sisters' mountains. And it looks like it's got snow on it. Hard to tell because there's also some clouds up there. But look at this area. It's so sad. Mother Nature has a way of taking care of things. Well, we are finally finally entering the town of Sisters. Looks like they've got a hotel, and of course a McDonald's. So I guess whatever got burned down, they've rebuilt.
At the roundabout, take the second
I thought it
exit
did burn a lot, honey.
20.
Because I remember we were shocked, you know. There's a DQ up there. Going to this roundabout.
In about 1 mile at the roundabout, take the second exit.
Now we're heading closer to Bend, Oregon. It's 26 miles, 37 minutes. Sign says, "Welcome to Sisters." We're in the Deschutes National Park.
In half a mile at the roundabout, take the second exit.
It's a cute little town, you know. People like to come over here and, you know, walk in some of the stores. See the buildings, and they all look like they're new in the front to me. That place over there, all pretty things for sale. Little gift shops, liquor store, furniture. There's a Sisters Saloon and Ranch Grill. Habitat for Humanity. I noticed that there's a lot of lights on a lot of the building, you know, like little decorating kind of lights. So it must look cute in here in the evening when they're all lit up.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Well, the gas up here is $4.19 at a 76 station. See, this is all new. You can tell because they're still kind of
In
working
about
on it.
15 miles at the roundabout, take the second exit.
See, in the distance was known as the Sisters Mountains. And there's a Mount Washington back there somewhere too. We've come down out of the mountain and we're really getting close now to Bend. end of Highway 20. 22 actually turned into 20. And now we have turned on to 97. And that's what we'll be traveling on for quite a while tomorrow. So we're about 4 miles from our hotel. So when we get there, I will start this back up so I can get a good picture of the hotel and give you a good report on it, or review, whatever you want to call it. So I'll be right back. And we are here at the Holiday Inn Express. Looks like a fairly new building. Pulling in here to reserve. Whoa! We found the curb. So we'll get checked in, and I'll try to show you around after we get in. Well, Mom went in to check us in. And then, of course, he'll come back with a cart, because we've got to use a cart with this big carrier we have for the kitty cat. Because this hotel accepts cats. So we always have to call and check, because we were reserved in a hotel at a casino in Oregon one time, and we get in there after driving all day, and they accept pets, just not cats. It's like, well, why didn't you say that then on there? You know? So anyway, it's off of Highway 97, but you get off at 97 like an exit before it, and it takes you a roundabout way over to here, because there is not an exit heading south onto 97 to come over here. So, but isn't that pretty? All of the leaves turning color, and this tree does not have much left here. See what's around here. It's not a real busy place, so I'm going to put you on hold until we get inside the building. And here's the lobby. TV over there. Nice check-in person over here. Little area where you can buy snacks.
Down this hall to the left, first right.
Oh, way down that way, and here's where they serve breakfast. It's like that sliding door must open. It smells good in here. Meeting room over there. You can smell coffee. You can see we're pretty loaded. That's what Kelly's in. And we got us a bowl to put some water in for her. So they're very accepting of cats. Do you have anything to say, Kelly? The guy who carries the bags. You can see everything we bring in every night when we stop somewhere. Looks like we are on the 3rd floor. I will follow Bob and Callie to the ends of the earth. There she is. There's my girlfriend. Now, she loves hotels, so first thing we do, of course, is we'll get the pets situated.
All the way down.
Okay, and then she will have the run of the room. And she will really check it out. We're down at the very end of the hall. It's kind of like at airports. Our gates are always at the very end of, of the, what do you call it, the terminal, not terminal. Oh, it is, look at, stopping down at the very end. Whew. Well, we know where the, want me to go first to hold the door? There's the stairs right here, in case of emergency. And here looking out the window. Still in the hallway.
You got it.
Handicap room, huh? Come on here, look. I saw in the mirror. I look just lovely. Now to get that over the